Let him be delivered from the spirit, separate himself from the spirit, and see if he can function as well as he's supposed to function. If he functions well, then maybe the spirit came at a latter stage, or maybe he's been pretending and he hasn't got the spirit. But if you really get possessed by the spirit and the spirit has moved you all along, you become short of brain. Your thoughts become very limited. You will see the effects in your life. That without the spirit you are nothing. Without the spirit, your gains and your prosperity, whatever it is, they will all just go away. They won't be there. You will be limited from so many abilities that you find yourself. The glory that you find yourself in will go, because it will go along with the spirit. The spirit came to perform a work. All those things was his, not yours. And so it is stated also in the Bible. The same book also refers to you. I mean, these people at that time were visionarized in certain ways that they were able to see both the negative and the positive. So if you see that time, the advice will come both ways to tell them that, hey, there will be false spirits, there will be deceptive spirits. If you read the book of Timothy, it is clearly stated that false deceptive spirits. Why is it? Because those spirits are so deceptive in the sense that they come to sort of not to bring you life, but to destroy you. And the idea of Christianity is to give you life. Now, the period that we are in, are we embracing true Christianity? I don't think so. Now, my own experience tells me so, because I sincerely know between me and God, me and Jehovah God, and me and Jesus Christ, and me and the Holy Spirit, it's not a secret. I clearly knew that I was sincere in everything that I do and everything I said. My practice might not have necessarily be in perfection, but my faith was in accuracy. It was in accuracy. It was in every way sincere. A child or a young boy, person growing up and nothing else, how sincere won't I be? I was so sincere. But I realized that the Spirit hasn't given you life. The Spirit has come and it's taken so much out of your life. In fact, the idea is to give you, the Spirit is supposed to give you life, not death. The Spirit is supposed to give you life, not diseases, not sicknesses. The slightest moment that you lose. I mean, that is why most people cannot go out of the church. They cannot move out of religion. They cannot live life without religion. Because the day you move out of religion, you see how empty and useless you become. That is where you realize that you haven't got life. But you are supposed to get life by engaging in spirit. It's like you going to see God today. And when you come out, you don't have to be possessed with a spirit, but you have to be life. Your life, the human creation that God made you. He didn't create you as a spirit. He created you. A spirit is a different divine entity. That is what we learn from the religious books. It's a different being altogether. He is an invisible being, and you are a visible being. So if you, as a visible being, your life is being taken over by the invisible being, then you are heading towards very dangerous grounds. Your life, which is involving your blood and all that mechanism that makes you function, you're losing it. Your brains are losing it. All that. Then you must think again that the spirit, the last breath in you, you have to fight it. You fight it so much that the spirit is meant to give you life. The spirit that comes into your life should be outside you, guiding, directing, bringing good things to your life that will make you perform better. In fact, it is supposed to aid you and help you, just like every help that a man outside you will give you, like a foster father foster parent will give you to make you a better person. That's how it is. It doesn't have to possess you. If something possesses you, comes into you in that sense, it is taking over your life. And that is what the religion has brought about. That is what the religion has come to become. You see somebody standing there and declaring the Holy Spirit is inside him. That is a literal explanation of things. That the Holy Spirit should come upon you and come and stay inside your heart, and I'll be inside you, and I'll share in Jesus Christ. Some of the Jesus Christ phrases he said, and I'll eat, I'll meal with you. I'll have meals with you. I'll eat with you. And your common sense should flick and tell you that If he's going to meal with you, does that mean that he should come and stay inside your heart? I mean, that big human being, can he fit inside your heart? That little tiny puny heart that you've got, can he stay inside there? No. But you see, the literal meaning gives us many people fall into that state of interpretation, which leads us into a situation where we normally see it as if, no, our heart is that something should come and live inside the body. There is no room in that body. The room there is already designed in such a way that it is yours, for you to be you. If you give room to anything, you are being possessed. You are being possessed in every way. And this is what is being encouraged today in our religious approach. Possessing people. We are being possessed so many ways that the possessiveness is sort of taking over the human race. It's taking over, it's directing it, controlling. And we talk about Armageddon. We don't even know that Armageddon in the Christian sense has already taken its form and shape. Yes, the Armageddon has already taken its form and shape in terms of in an invisible state. Because there are people who are walking out there who have got a spirit inside them, or the spirit is what is using them to walk about. They are human beings walking about, but they have huge and gigantic spirits that carry them here and there. And normally they see it as this person has got a very huge spirit or has got a serious spirit. We have to be very, 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 very careful about our life. I mean, it's become a joke to people. My life is a joke to others. But I don't give a damn about that. Because when I fell into that situation, I know that it was a deliberate thing that was being done. Somehow also, it has been so for so many times. Human beings don't even, that person who was stabbing the other person, do you think he did care? No. His anger, based on his beliefs and his understanding, that makes him act and do what he do. Especially when life is going on in such a way that, that thief who goes out there to steal, do you think he cares very much about anybody? No, he doesn't. Why should he care? Because at the end of the day, he's benefiting. There are good things that has come into his life as a result of his actions. So the people he takes from whatever he doesn't really care about that. He's enjoying himself out of what he's gaining, out of what he's doing. Why should he care about that? In his moment of joy and his glory, he's then thinking of what to say to that person. He's clearly making all those dodgy things. What would he do? He's going to do everything in his power to maintain and sustain his way of doing things, his actions, his way of life, his blessing, what you call blessing. Yes. And so you can imagine the things that some people will do to keep going or keep doing the very things that they know very well it is nothing divine, or it is nothing what we call blessing from any divine being. They are doing it by crafty movements. Their own crafty thoughts is leading them to gain, and inspired in a spirit. That deceptive spirit is inspiring them, is moving them and bringing all those things to them. But at the end of it all, they are as useless without a spirit. Without a spirit, they are equally useless. There's nothing much they can do. But those who haven't even got the spirit, that claim, make the same claim, they end up also getting it, because there are so many forces or beings out there that would, will fall for nature of that, people of that nature. Now, I may be all over there with my explanation, so I'm a bit doubting here that if you really will get a picture of what I'm putting through here. But it's just out of my heart. I want to pour. Sometimes I feel like pouring out from my heart what the picture, vaguely what the picture I think that I think is being revealed to me day in, day out as I read through these books. But I'm sure it takes time, because it took me time So it takes time for people to get a picture. But as long as you're so interested in getting involved,